Hey everybody, welcome back. We've got round 2 coverage of the BloNo Bash here on PLD Disc Golf, and Ben Wyckoff still rocking the microphone.
I'm still here.
I'm rocking the camera.
There you go.
Ben rocks the microphone, and we'll leave it at that.
Sometimes I rock discs, but that's very up and down. We've got another beautiful day still here at Maxwell Park. I think in the afternoon we're up above 60. We're definitely in kind of shorts and t-shirt weather, mid-70s it feels like, but low wind for what we get usually in Bloomington out here, and just a good day for disc golf.
Looking to score really high. So what we saw from round 1, we had Carson shooting a pretty good round, but we have a few more others in the field that were able to secure a few more birdies on the course. And so we have some good scores here, but I think they're even going to look to score more here on the second round. The wind actually does die down a little bit, and so let's get scoring.
Yeah, hole 1, we've got par 4, 815 feet. You've got thick rough on the left-hand side, OB road on the right. Basically, to birdie it, it's pretty simple. You got to throw 2 400-foot shots and avoid the trees. Sounds easy, but it's hard to do, hard to execute. Yeah, basically you want to stay out of the tall grass, stay out of the woods. Definitely a bonus birdie relative to the rest of the course.
Sure.
So it doesn't hurt to get a 4 here, start off your round with a par.
Yeah,
Bogey does not feel good.
Right, you throw it dead straight, and then you either pick like a low line trying to skip it around this blue basket, or you try to throw high into the right and get it to crash in.
Yeah.
So we've got Talon Clausen starting us off, a forehand dominant player, and he can rip.
Yes, he can.
On the forehand. He's got some serviceable backhand plays. We'll see him break it out on occasion, but yeah, he loves that forehand.
Yeah, definitely. If he can throw a forehand, he's going to be looking for it. Returning player Carson from our first round coverage and some other rounds this year, just looking to pipe this backhand. Wants a little bit more turn on this.
It's not the orange disc. He should have thrown the orange one.
Yeah,
that'll
be a tricky spot. I think I mentioned in round 1 that wood line on the left sometimes plays OB for certain tournaments. And there's a reason for it. It's nasty in there. Scott McLean, I've played with him a couple times around here as well. Really strong player. I've been on rounds with him where he shoots 1,020 rated and rounds where he shoots not 1,020 rated. So definitely kind of hit and miss, but he's got the upside talent for sure. Great
deal. And then we've got Brennan Begner. I'm not very familiar with him either. I think he's also a local boy, and he can rock it both ways, forehand and backhand, and he shows us a really nice low line that just flexes.
Nice low flexor. Yeah, really nice shot. And our other young gun back again from our first round coverage, Dane Zimmerman.
Who dis?
It's Dane. You know who it is.
It's sponsored by Prodigy.
Yeah. Turns it over a little bit too much. I couldn't tell quite if that fought through the tree or not, but
it dropped a little bit earlier than it could have gone, but
not in play for birdie, unfortunately. But like I said, par is fine on this opening hole.
Yep. So most guys are going to end up having to do some sort of left to right shot, like a second forehand, say, for the righty players once you get up this fairway. But
if you get far enough, there is the big righty hyzer, but it's tricky.
It is tricky.
You have to throw a bomb to get to the position to have that be an option.
And challenge the road, too, with the tee shot. So
Talon looks like he's going forehand roller, maybe?
He does a high flexor, I miss it in the sky, so I didn't have my exposure set correctly on this, so trying to work on that side of my game, be an expert cameraman.
It's all right.
But
either way, it looks like it probably wasn't going to be in position for birdie. I would guess it fought out a little bit early.
Yeah.
Dane, it just misses his gap there. Definitely trying to get that birdie, but he's a long way out from here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Brennan looks like throwing pretty much the same disc.
Exactly the same
Trying to get
disc.
the same shot shape on it. This is a good move on it. Just got to stay in the air and maybe get a hop.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a great shot. He's got a birdie putt on this. This is a hard hole.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where this is playing on the round. On the second round, this is playing as our third hardest hole. So
third hardest. I think it was third hardest in first round too. Yeah. So yeah, Jeff, definitely it can be birdied. It's not one of those impossible to birdie ones. It's just the distance and hitting the right line. So distance and shot shape control is the main obstacle.
Yep.
And so, yeah, Scott, good off the tee. That second shot, he just grounds it a little bit closer to the blue basket. Yeah.
Yeah, but a manageable up and down from there.
Dane wants to get up and down. He doesn't want to bogey.
No, definitely not.
I think he bogeyed first round, and this is same day stuff. So you're always looking at the previous round. You're like, okay, how can I correct? If I just fix these mistakes here, then I'm good. And it really kind of wears you down if you make the same mistake twice.
Definitely. Carson, yeah, one tree to beat, and he beats it, so that'll be parked for par.
Very good.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that on this hole. Yeah, so Talon definitely fought out a little bit early on his shot. He's got a long birdie bid, but yeah, more of just a 50-50 kind of layup. Good play.
And a jump putt. He's not putting to the blue basket.
No.
It's just kind of disconcerting to see. It's like, oh, he's right there next to the basket.
Yeah, definitely. What's he
putting?
doing?
Yeah.
And let's see, Dane. This is for his par. This would be a pretty big momentum shift to start the round. Get his scramble game. Nice putt, Dane. Yes. There you go. Nice and confident. Low in these chains is important. I mentioned in the round one coverage. I don't like these baskets very much. They don't catch well. But if you put it low and center, they'll catch. So
for sure.
That was a nice putt. And Brennan for
his 3
birdie, yeah. This would be a really, really nice way to start the round. Oh, man.
You spoke it, man. You spoke it in.
I haven't seen this coverage beforehand.
I know.
Devil's Advocate, that was a little bit high, but man, that catches a lot of chains, hits the pole, and comes back out.
He has a little bit of a hyzer putt to it, so it just kicks it up on the vertical angle, hits pole. So.
Man, that's brutal. Sorry, Brennan. That's not how you want to see the round started. I mean, still, par's fine, but no birdies on the round for this hole. Just, yeah, to be that close and have a little spit is not fun.
I'd love to get out here and practice that hole a little bit, just to, throw my lot against it and try to snag the bird. So, a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Power Grip. They have a storefront here in Bloomington and are doing great things for not only Bloomington but for Peoria as well. Coming alongside us and helping the Peoria Frisbee Club put on this great tour. So
absolutely. Hole 2, we've got 282 feet, par 3. Most players are going to be looking to play the righty forehand kind of up and over the trees and then just spiking in. There are a couple low lines, but they're tricky and not necessarily advised. I think everyone on this card has the forehand to be going just high spiky. This is the shape you want. I'm not sure if it quite has the distance. It gets the forward roll. That'll help. Nice shot from Talon there.
I like looking at that coming out of his hand. I was like, man, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he has some sneaky power on his forehand.
Yeah, Carson also trying to replicate.
He's going. I think he was going for the low line the first round.
I think his proficiency, I guess, then is the lower lines.
Yeah, and that's a nice shot. He's put it to within inside circle. It looks like. Scott, kind of the more conventional high hyzer, but yeah, stalled out a little bit on him. That'll be a putt.
Yeah, this is a mild tail left to right, so it's just going to help push those discs to that line. And
this is a nice line. That's got, oh my goodness, ace running, trying to get the stroke back for the spit out. Hopefully he's close enough to make that putt, but that's a nice shot from Brennan. And Dane, this is kind of what I'm looking for on that shot. That looked pretty ideal.
Very overstable disc. He just puts it out there flat. It gets on a knife angle and gets right.
Nice putt from Scott. Good birdie.
Really great, yeah.
From, looks like he was about 40 feet there. And Brennan, yeah, he got into the woods here. He's got a look, but definitely tricky from here. Couple limbs, a little bit of high grass in the way. Man, almost. That's a good bid from back there.
Yeah.
It's one you want to make, but I don't know. From our perspective, it's a good shot.
It's so
good birdie from Carson.
It's so disappointing when you put yours on an ace run and then everyone. Well, I think what ends up happening here is everyone else birdies around you.
Yeah,
around Brennan in this case.
Sure, and then you're the only one to par, and you give it a chance off the tee. Yeah, I hear you there.
But that's the risk that you always run, right? And so, yeah, everyone talks about it. It's like disc golf, there's not many aces just because of the struggles.
Yeah, I think we've got a competition to see who's the CTP. The real question is, I think this was the 50-50, so we have to figure out if you have paid into it.
Oh, true, which...
But they're definitely two good drives from both Talon and Dane.
Absolutely. We got one of Prodigy's boys on the card, Dane. Prodigy has been doing great stuff for him and also for the Peoria area by, hooking every player's pack up of this tour with a Prodigy disc. So appreciate them. They've been putting some sick stamps on these two for us.
Yep. Hole 3, tricky shot. We've got just about 400 feet, par 3, moving from the right to the left. You're looking for kind of the righty pushing hyzer, or this really technical... Oh, he's going the wide line. Never mind. I mean, it's still technical, but sometimes you see the flip up to turn forehand or lefty backhand on this shot as well. Carson was one of the lone birdies. I think the lone birdie in round 1 on this hole.
He was. Yep.
Looks like he's going back to that same Thunderbird that he loves. Let's see what he can do with it.
Well, inside.
Man, he rips that, though. If that gets off the tree... Wow. He's got another putt.
Yeah, nearly the same spot.
Little early, like you said, but fights through. This is kind of more the conventional line, although a little bit high, and I think that was going to be just a touch too stable from Scott.
Yeah, it'll be left of the blue basket if it had a chance to go through. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he'll just have to give it a lofty bid maybe from where he's at.
Sure.
So I think Dane is actually trying to do a baby
he's trying that flex line?
Yeah. I'm surprised he does have the distance for it if he has a distance driver to just kind of throw something hard and flat right at the tree at the in the middle of the gap.
Yeah, straight at it. Brennan needs this to hold over, and it doesn't like it. That's a good little tickle that he got to kick him down. So he'll have a very manageable up and down. Whereas if he had not hit anything, it would have been really tough.
That little outcropping of grass and trees there on the right side of the gold basket can definitely cut you off if you push it the right distance.
Yeah, you can see the tall grass next to him that would have been. Oh my goodness, trying to give it a little bid. It's a good run from him.
Yep.
Dane, kind of a half little. Oh, what?
He puts it a little far.
Yeah, puts it a little bit deep there. I'd almost like to see him just jump putt under the basket from there. Maybe that's the conservative player in me, but I don't know. There's no need to give yourself a stressful par putt here.
If his dad was on the bag, he would have asked the question.
He would have asked it, but then I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that.
Birdie look from...
Yeah, birdie look from Carson. Looks like he's maybe just outside circle, maybe just inside.
He's very close to where he was round 1, so if he just closes his eyes...
Yeah, I think he made it a little bit longer from here round 1, so... Wow.
There it is again.
Man, 2 birdies on this hole is really... This is not easy, folks, I'm telling you. Come out here and try it. It's tough. That's a great...
They know. They see how everyone else is doing, man. They see everyone else on the card, so Carson's the one that just fillets the hole, and everyone else is just cleaning up their messes.
Yeah.
But they're not big messes by any means.
No.
Bars on this is great, so...
Oh, you had to go and say something, didn't you, Payton?
Dang it.
Scott, that's not your fault. That's Payton's. Yeah, that's not what you want to see. I was going to say something about his approach. It looked pretty casual. I didn't think it was going to bite him, though.
Yeah. That's all right. It's just a lapse when you're at that near tap-in range and, your fingers don't articulate the way you want them to just because of a thought in your head or something.
Yeah.
It always happens, but... Underdog Sports and disc golf. They are so much more than just disc golf, but they are fantastic in the sport of disc golf in Peoria and Springfield. So thanks, Underdog, for everything that you do.
Yep. Hole 4, we've got 348 feet playing decently uphill. Basically a straight line. You're looking to play fairway driver most likely. There's maybe a chance for a big righty spike hyzer, but probably not necessary. I think Carson goes mid-range on this hole, which is kind of gross because it's far.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you also mentioned before just with
maybe it doesn't
might
quite
play a little bit
play.
Shorter.
Yeah, but it's still, you have to rip something. And that's kind of the one tree you want to miss. There's that gap tree and then the gap tree on the other side. And I'm kind of surprised to see Talon going backhand here. I would think that he'd like the forehand flex.
It moves left.
Yeah,
pretty far
that
left.
one's just fades out early on him. Maybe a wind decision. I can't tell exactly. Usually it comes off the highway, so it'd be tailwind here, but...
Yeah, it should be tail left to right. It would help the forehand hyzer, but maybe it's just asking a little bit too much from him to hang it out really far left.
Yeah. Well, I meant the up the gut, the flex
forehand.
line.
Yeah, like we're going to see here from
Yeah,
Brennan.
like Brennan's going to show us.
Show me.
Yeah,
That's
just
it.
like that.
Okay, yeah.
And wow, he's putting some nice shots down the fairway right now. Brennan is.
Yeah, hole 2 near ace, and that one was tracking pretty well.
Wow, and this shot takes a lot of power. The wide hyzer from Scott. Jeez, and that is pinned. What a shot from Scott.
That was
That's
insane.
That's not easy.
No.
That's a big shot from there. Because you're playing it like 45 degrees, maybe not quite, but 30 degrees
turns it
wide.
into a near 400-foot shot.
Definitely.
So, yep. Good throw, and Carson's got to get up
going
and down.
just zone approach. Ooh, a little bit squirrely on the ground there.
It'll be a confidence booster if he puts that in there. It'll set him up for the round.
Yeah, that's true. There you go. That's one way to think about it. I think about it as my knees are shaking and, oh, God, I have to make another 25-footer. What am I doing? Why didn't I just put it under the basket?
Yeah, which I don't know what's going through his head right now.
That's probably why I'm not winning any tournaments. Talon with a good bid. That's a good run from him from pretty far away down the hill there.
Well, I'll call this pretty routine, so I'll go on a side conversation here. And I think one of the important things about tournament disc golf is trying to find shots that, one, you're executing well, just kind of out of the box, and secondly, that you can do multiple times in a round.
Definitely.
So you want to be able to build consistency around a shot and then try to execute the same thing. So I know the difference between like hole 2 for Brennan and then here at hole 4 was a baby hyzer, hyzer shot versus
versus a little
the flex. But the fact of the matter is...
But it's a similar shot for sure.
Yeah. It's just barely off of flat. And if he's feeling the forehand, try to select the forehand, even when a hole may seem traditionally to be a backhand.
Yeah. Wow, these are some great drives from Brennan and Scott here. Thank you for that insight. I definitely appreciate it. And I agree with you that, finding that consistency is key, especially in MA1.
Yeah.
Like you need it in pro just to compete, but in MA1, if you have that consistency, you can be fighting for wins.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 2 park jobs is not exactly what you see most of the time on this hole. Nice putt from Talon to clean up as well.
Yep. Right. We've got Double Eagle from Bradenton, Florida, helping out the tour. They've been coming alongside Dalton and providing support, and they have a junior disc golf team that I think some Peoria team members are a part of. So thanks, Double Eagle, for supporting disc golf in Peoria.
There you go. All right, hole 5, we've got 315 feet. It's par 3, playing slightly downhill, so I think it plays probably closer to the 280-ish range. Most righties are looking to play just a spike hyzer out wide. There also are some lines up the gut or some weird lefty lines out around stuff, but looks like Brennan, the forehand specialist, is going straight with some sort of mid or... I'm not sure what kind of disc that is, but
that's very interesting.
Deep. Yeah.
The fact that it didn't really move to the right all that much, like it was pretty high and it just kind of sat down a little bit more. I would think that
like
was
flippy mid, maybe something like that. That's a nice shot from Scott as well. I am surprised to not see Scott going with the backhand hyzer, I have to say. Although well executed, so who am I to talk?
Yeah, absolutely, right? So it's just like we talked about between Talon and Brennan in the last hole about the shot selection. Just something clicks for different people at different times. So
yeah. And
that's the hyzer.
Yeah, I think he wants that a little bit higher probably, but gets the nice little hop.
Nice.
It's strange. That zone has been skipping for him, but nothing else has been skipping today, so I don't know what it is. Yeah, even Talon's going with the backhand here. That's a little bit wide. Yeah, just catches the kind of guardian tree there that stops you taking that line. You either want to be going inside that tree or like over it, which I think Dane might be doing. He goes a little more inside, but
I think
it's a nice shot.
He wanted it a little bit wider.
No, I think he was going for that. But there are, I think maybe the first round he took the high, wide line kind of outside of that tree. Talon, good approach from him.
Man, and we'll see a couple of these here.
Yeah, he plays quick.
Well, yeah, on the approaches, because it's just an instant reach into the bag, grab a Jawbreaker Z Flex zone, and throw it up there.
Absolutely. He knows what he wants to do, and he doesn't want to have to think about it.
Oh,
man,
wow.
That's a good bid from Dane. I thought he had his drive a little bit closer than that, to be honest, but good bid from 50 feet or so.
Yeah, Carson's the first for the real birdie looks.
Yeah, just inside circle here, 25 feet. That's a nice putt. His putt is well tailored to these baskets because it is not coming in quick. He has it hits the chains nice and soft, but it has the confidence and the spin on it to get there.
Absolutely.
I really like his putt, especially for these kind of maybe more touchy baskets.
For sure. And he's tied it up. And Talon now are at the same score. So this is where I was expecting people to be, especially on the feature card first round. Was Carson's 3 down now through hole 5.
Sure, nice putt from Brennan.
Really
he's
good.
He's kind of on a heater to start the round as well. He's at 2 down, but with the
bogey, right?
Yeah, with the bogey and the spit out.
Oh, true.
So,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
He's been putting them close. We've got Scott also for birdie. That's interesting.
And he's
nice
another
putt.
one too.
Yeah.
He step up on the green and he just has a nice, solid putt.
Absolutely, and he can drain him from anywhere if he's on.
And a clean up
from Dane. Talon, should be good for this one, but let's make sure. Woo, a little bit scary on that, and that hyzer putt can get a little squirrely in these baskets. So, good catch.
And I tell him after this, I was like, dude, the camera's not the aiming point. Find a chain, man.
There you go.
Great Lakes Disc supporting the tour. Fantastic retailer. Got great online presence too from Michigan. So go check them out. They got lots of Discraft and DGA. So thanks you guys.
There you go. Hole 6, we've got 297 feet, par 3, playing to the gold basket on the left here. Plays significantly uphill, so I'd say plays a little bit longer, closer to 320, 330. Usually you're going to see the big righty forehand out wide or the big righty spike hyzer.
And that makes the hole just
it makes it
longer.
A lot easy. It makes it longer, but it makes
it's easier,
it it takes all the trees out of play, and if you do something like that and put it 2 feet,
I think it's a leaner or something.
That's the way to go. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. But that's for the forehand, that's a good amount of distance that you need to be taking that wide hyzer line. So, I'm not surprised to see some of the other players going up the gut there like Scott is. Yep. Although he gets the big skip off to the right. He'll have 40 feet or so.
Yep. Absolutely. And it looks like Carson's doing the backhand straight shot at it. So he did this and just kind of skipped right in front of that pine tree that's hiding the basket from our view.
Yeah, and this is his buzz, I believe. I
think this one gets around it this time.
That's buttery. Man, I wish I could throw a disc like that. It'd be really nice.
It would be the reverse, but I'm sure you can, man. I'm sure you can.
I wish I could do it as many times around as he does it. How about that?
Okay, fair enough.
I wish every other time I did it didn't
Talon.
do something like that. Sorry, Talon. Just doesn't quite have the height on it. It's fine. It'll play for par pretty easily, but you definitely want to be at least having a putt on this hole. Dane going just the slightly higher line. That just stables out on him. I think he wants that to just hold over kind of most of the flight and just fight out barely at the end.
It's one of his approach discs. I forget what mold it is too, but
maybe an A5. I think it might be like an archive or something. I thought it was a mid.
But it definitely is a mid. Yeah, but
I think archive then probably. Okay. It's like a stable mid range from Prodigy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can't quite connect on the long one.
Dang.
It's a good bid though from there.
I think we got Scott.
Yeah, Scott from about 50 right. Ooh, gives it a move. Gives it a chance.
Okay. And the first look of the birds.
Yeah, I thought Brennan was a little bit closer, but definitely a makeable putt for him. 22 feet or so.
Put it in.
Oh, man. Yeah. Not what you want to see there.
Yeah, he's trying to find the confidence. He missed right side, so obviously he's trying to give it the pop that he needs, and that's a good putt from Talon.
Yeah. Nice and center. Good adjustment after the last one. A little bit of a scary catch.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll see the same adjustment here from Brennan, putting it right in the heart. Hopefully. Please, Brennan.
Nah, I got confidence in this guy. He can do it.
All right.
but not enough confidence to put any money down.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
That's a good putt.
That was
a
strong.
little bit high, but yeah, a good putt. Now we just got cleanups from here.
yep. So, man, we're getting close to finishing up this front 9. Let's say we're about ready to dive into hole 7. I think it's the last of the open holes.
Yep.
Of the open holes here, which one's your favorite out of all of them?
Well, I like this one because I birdie it a lot of the times, so that
Okay.
helps a lot.
Result-oriented,
My
okay.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite, I really do like hole 1. I don't get it very often,
Sure.
but it's just a fun challenge that I feel like there's fewer trees in the fairway to kind of
Sure.
play with you a little bit.
I agree. And from a first comer perspective, I think hole 1 is definitely a signature hole out here.
Yeah.
And thanks to NADGT for elevating this tour. Top players will get invites to their championship later in the year, so thanks guys for that. And hole 7.
Yeah, hole 7 we got 365 feet, playing pretty far downhill. It probably plays closer to 330, 340 again. Most righty players are looking to play the wide hyzer with the backhand, but there's also a straight line or a forehand hyzer line.
It's a pick your line, man. We're in the
Exactly.
open.
Just you see the basket out there, throw a disc that lands there. That's what you want, and don't hit the trees that are in the way. Yeah, Carson going with his trusty Thunderbird. This one looks like he pushes it lower. Man, that's a nice shot.
He's taken the lead from Talon, and
Yeah.
he's showing him off the tee first that he can score.
For sure.
And so I definitely think Talon's going to feel some pressure on this, and I would really like to see Talon kind of get some confidence back in that forehand. I think that if he can do that, he'll stay in tempo with Carson. for
Definitely. Brennan went for the flex line, forehand flex. Looks like he didn't quite flex it wide as he wanted to. It's a nice hyzer from Scott. Gonna put himself inside circle for birdie.
sure. He does the backhand. See,
Yeah,
that's-
I am surprised to see the backhand here. Definitely pulls it wide and gets caught up in one of the late trees. That'll be
it's a 100-footer.
Yeah, it can be tricky there if you get caught in the middle of it. Excuse me, in the middle of it though. Definitely looking to play more like this, high and wide, so you're not bringing those trees into play at all. Although I say that, and I think he did bring it into play a little bit. Kind of dropped on him.
Yeah.
Okay, so he fights through the tree. Should be a very manageable up and down then.
Yeah, and this is that zone. He'll just pull quickly from his bag and toss right
Yeah.
up and give it an ace.
Get it.
Or
Woohoo.
ace, say ace.
Field
Give it a-
ace. We'll call it that.
Okay, field ace. Throw in opportunities.
Yeah, a good bid from Talon there. Should be a pretty easy par.
Get it. Aw.
Another good bid from Dane. I think the problem with his round is he's been giving himself too many of those kind of long looks, but he's been giving him good bids from deep. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure he's gonna finish the round and say, "Man, I couldn't make a circle 2 putt," but I don't know. Nice
Wow.
putt from Brennan. Another one of
Yeah.
those high ones that you can see trying to fight back out of the basket.
Mhm.
But a very nice putt from him. And yeah, a good birdie. This is definitely, it's not a gimme. Nice putt from Scott too. Playing right in the middle of our field, averaging .29 strokes under par.
Okay. This specific hole? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
You thought it'd
Well,
be harder, or
No, I thought it'd be a little bit easier, but then again, I have to remember there's several easier holes out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
too,
There's some
to
easier
measure
ones,
against, so.
and there are, I mean, at 365, it's not like it's an approach disc kind of shot. You still have to throw something hard off the tee. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, Carson's got his birdie putt here. Wow, pulls it wide. That's not a miss I see from him too often. So yeah,
Right.
you can see him kind of trying to refocus himself there.
Talon looking to just
Oh man,
wow.
what are we doing here, folks?
Giving him up.
Yeah, Talon had his chance to just kind of keep pace with Carson on this hole, and Carson's going to end up taking a stroke anyway, I believe, right?
Yes, he does. That was a par for Carson, so.
Man,
Wow. OTB, they're one of the greatest online retailers I've had experience with, so go check out their website. They got a lot of great product and a great way to just help sell. They're fantastic, so go check them out online. Moving on to hole 8, we're diving into the woods.
yep,
section.
we're in the woods. We got 220 feet, tight line off the tee. Most players are going to want the righty forehand flex. You've got one tree to beat, and then you want to stay out of the early right side rough because it is nasty in there.
Yes. If you didn't see round 1, go back and check that out because we got to see what it looks like when you're in there.
Yeah.
And it led to an interesting highlight, but
Yeah.
go check that out.
There you
And
go.
yeah, Brendan did exactly what you want to do. You just want to throw something semi-overstable, approach, disc, flat out the gap and let it work right.
Yep. Scott, this is kind of the miss you want. Like, obviously you don't want to miss at all.
Right.
But through the gap,
It's straight.
just flex
yeah.
it over a little bit. He'll have probably 60 feet with maybe a tree in the way.
Yep.
But kind of no harm, no foul on that one.
Exactly. You can always loft something up and give it a chance. As long as you're not on deep or right side of the basket, you'll be able to at least put it up for a bid.
Yeah, and interestingly, this hole went from playing as our 4th hardest hole in round 1 to our 3rd easiest in round 2. The field really figured out how to play it,
Yeah.
I guess.
That was a huge correction.
Yeah,
That's
it went from 0.1 strokes over par in round 1 to 0.43 under par in round 2.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
like-
those... We didn't move baskets. We didn't.
No,
play
we
any
didn't change
baskets or
anything.
Just...
Same course. I guess people's forehands are a little bit more warmed up round 2 maybe or something, but
Fair enough. Dane was a little on the inside there. We kind of went through that.
oh man, yeah, that's what you want to avoid. That's kind of the one thing you can't do really. And another quick shot here.
Yeah.
Leaves it a little deep, but that should be pretty
Catch it.
close.
So, obviously, Talon, not trying to be condescending in any way, for sure, but
Good bid.
I see his forehand working on the first few holes, and the fact that he can throw them so consistently, even with his approach shots, I'm just surprised that we haven't seen just forehands from him off the tee. And that would go back to my comment about the consistency aspect is you can throw the same shot on pretty much every single hole and have a chance with the forehand. So
Yeah, there are some courses in our area that kind of force different shots.
Right.
This isn't one of them.
Right.
If you have one shot that you know you can throw, especially on those first early open holes,
right.
you can just keep throwing that same shot. And
The only hole I see that kind of forces you into it will be the next hole, which will kind of it'll eliminate the forehand for most players. So
Sure.
Yeah. But I mean, 8 holes straight, you can throw the same forehand.
Yep.
And-
No, I agree with that. Nice putt from Carson from deep of the basket. You get a couple trees in the way from back there.
Mhm.
It's a good birdie. He's kind of pouring them on right now.
Yeah, he is. 5 down through 8. If he pars this, he's over 50% birdies for the front 9, and that's great.
Good putt from Scott as well.
Yeah.
Good par save. And Talon, yeah, it doesn't even have. I mean, it's close, but a couple trees in the way. Not a gimme for par, but he gets it.
Yeah. Little right side, but yeah, it's just going to be... He's got to be bulletproof, clean up the pars when he knows he can't take a stroke on Carson, and just try to keep in step. So he does
Definitely.
drop back a little bit, and Scott...
Yeah,
we
Scott
talked about
and
Brendan.
Brendan are both now 2 strokes back of Carson, overtaking Talon.
Yeah. So a little
So
bit
we've got we've got an exciting little race here.
All right, guys, and once again, this is the 4th stop of 8 for the Greater Peoria Tour, all coming together for Greater Peoria Open, which is going to be probably one of the largest A tiers in Central Illinois. So I'm so excited for that, and so we have to get through this hole first.
It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Hole 9. We've got 276 feet, par 3. Looking to play dead straight and then fade off to the left at the end. You've got a tight tunnel. Kind of one tree to miss at the end of the tunnel, and then just make it work. Wow,
So-
Brennan going for the forehand. This
Okay.
is a tough technical line. Trying to just have it flip and hold the whole way. Yeah, that's kind of what I'd expect from that. It's so hard to have something turn that late in the flight. You're looking to turn 230 feet down the fairway probably, and then get 20 feet left. That's a tough shot.
Absolutely. It could just be the
just hit the
consistency
gap
aspect,
play.
hit the gap, exactly.
that's
So
fair.
if he can put himself at 40 feet right of the basket, that's a better chance than hitting really early and then contesting these low branches on the left-hand side of the left trees. And
Yeah, Carson trying to play the low kind of skip shot, almost plays it to perfection,
Right.
catches just the last tree, and he'll have an easy up and down, or maybe a low ceiling bid. Yeah, that one gets away from Scott.
he had another one of those misses earlier in the round too, so
Yeah.
I think he might just be having some issues with trying to control the height of the disc today, which is fine. And that
we saw
A5,
Dane, yeah, that one's A5. We saw Dane put this one close in round 1 as well, and that's just exactly what you're looking for in this shot. Let's see, Talon going with the backhand. This looks nice if it gets the hop on the pine straw. Yeah, kind of a straight skip, so...
He's about circle's edge on right-hand side. But yeah, like, if you just push straight through the gap, there's no harm there. You have a look with a putt, so...
Definitely. This is kind of the danger you can get in here. He's going to try to test the left-hand side with the super low branches. Maybe even skip off of, like, 13's tee pad or something like that.
That grass is just grabbing.
It's grabbing, really grabbing right now. So he'll have a par putt, but it's going to be very tricky. Brennan, I'm kind of surprised. My brain is screaming forehand roller from here, but that is a nice turnover, assuming it doesn't cut roll. Can't really have a visual on that, but it looks like a good shot.
It just kind of hits ground and does the little straight pitter patter.
Maybe it's just the East Coast in me, but I just want to see just a nice vertical, soft forehand roller from there.
You know, I practice that often, like a putter forehand roller that just lays over.
Carson, oh man, a little bit left side, but it's a good bid from him for birdie from 45 or so feet.
Talon to take strokes back.
Yeah, birdie putt for Talon as well.
He wants to fight back for sure.
Yep. Oh man, it looked good. I don't know how that dropped with the jumper. I thought he had enough juice on it.
Yeah. Apparently, a jump putt from him moves a little bit slower than Carson's spinny putt. So.
Yeah, good par bid from Scott as well. Can't quite get it to drop.
Yeah.
And Dane gets the high catch. You can see the kind of look of surprise on his face there. Not exactly the good putt he was looking for, but a good catch by these baskets.
Absolutely.
For once.
Yeah, you use the band to kind of push the nose down into the basket a little bit. So.
Perfect, just how he drew it up. Okay, so Brennan stayed pretty close. He's got a very manageable par putt.
Yeah, all these guys are just...
Brennan, no! Yeah, that's not what you want to see. That's a putt you want to make 10 times out of 10.
Ooh, Carson put that one on the right side, too.
He pulls it a little bit, but at least that's pro side. That should catch.
Yeah.
A little bit off the pole, but not a bad putt from him. Yeah, Brennan's got some frustration going on with that bogey.
Yeah. Well, and that is the front nine for round 2. So, a little score check-in here. Carson, 3 strokes ahead of a 3-way tie for second.
Yeah.
And then we have a 4-way tie for 5th.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's pretty close here. Carson just trying to stay on top. I think he's... just trying to look to pure the lines here through the rest of the wooded track, and then
absolutely,
get back to it.
Yeah, just trying to keep him fended off, but it should be an exciting finish.
Absolutely, some good disc golf, and we hope to bring it to you guys. And stick around for the back 9. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.